Welcome to the channel, it's 9th edition 40k. I am within, I am without. Oop, that doesn't count. Welcome to the planet Sentinel in the Gehenna System. This was once a bastion world of the Imperium, but it's been overrun by the forces of chaos and who have erected fell temples in the name of their pantheon. The forces of chaos are long entrenched in this battlefield, but they have been assaulted by the forces of the Imperium and indeed the Eldari and orcs as they try to take the planet from the chaos forces. But the chaos forces have doggedly defended this planet from numerous attacks, and the reason for that is that it is believed that the Eye of Magnus is located somewhere on this rock, and the forces of chaos want it for their own nefarious powers. This battle report will form part of the ongoing campaign in deploymentzone.tv. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry, but if you are a member of that particular subscription service, then you will know what I'm talking about. I will feed the results of this battle report into that campaign, but that's all you really need to know. It doesn't really affect this game. This will be an eternal war game, 2,000 points between Thousand Sons and the Drukhari. Now, the Thousand Sons tell a tale, when they choose to remember it, of when their gene sire, Magnus the Red, was created by the god Emperor. He had two eyes. He was not always a Cyclops. And the Emperor foresaw that Magnus the Red would become more powerful than even himself in his psychic ability. And in order to stop that happen, he plucked one of his eyes out and cast it into the warp. Now, the piece of Magnus that was cast into the warp, his eye, has coalesced and become very powerful object which can destroy worlds, and it is believed that this object is now on this planet. As a result, the forces of chaos are looking for it to obtain it. The forces of Imperium are also looking for it on this planet to prevent it falling into Chaos's hands, and indeed the Eldari are also here to stop it falling into the hands of Chaos for the same reasons. An uneasy truce, I think, has arisen between the forces of Imperium and the Eldari as they try and obtain this mysterious artifact. It may not be in this battlefield, but it's somewhere on this planet. However, these Chaos ruins have been determined as a possible location site for the Eye of Magnus, hence this battle. And the Drukhari have been sent to try and see if it exists here, and if so, to obtain it. Whether they will then give it over, hand it over, or use it for their own purposes, who can tell? But I think I understand probably the most likely result. So yes, Eternal War, usual rules for the objectives which haven't been placed yet, but we'll do at deployment. 5 victory points for holding 1, 10 victory points for holding more than 1, and then 15 victory points for holding more than your opponent. I'll talk about deployment zones and secondary objectives as and when we're deployed, but in the meantime, let's have a look at these armies. And here is the Thousand Sons army. It's 1,999 points of Thousand Sons. It's a battalion, and the court of the Crimson King is normally the cult of knowledge, but on this occasion I will be running the army as cult of duplicity, because the cult of knowledge knows all of the secrets of the other cults, and that's how I can justify changing my cults around every now and then. So yeah, cults of duplicity, never used this before. It seems to be the cult of choice in any tournament list for the Thousand Sons, so I think it's considered probably the best. Yeah, I've never used it before. Basically, everything will gain a spell which enables me to pick up units and put them down within over 9 inches away from an enemy. So effectively, I can deep strike any of my infantry units with a spell caster, which means it's actually a very mobile force, and I can start reacting to the enemy and capturing objectives quite easily, I think, with the Cult of Duplicity. So the army is led by Imodum Manutech, who is an exalted sorcerer on a Disc of Tzeentch. His warlord trait for this battle will be Otherworldly Presence, which basically means once per game I can trigger that ability and give him a free up invulnerable save for the rest of the turn. I think I'll just check that when it happens. Could be turn, could be phase, but that's his warlord trait. His relic is Anathean Scrolls, which basically means he can select one of his psychic powers, and it's almost certainly going to be Firestorm of Tzeentch, and I can roll 3d6 and pick the 2 best results for me. So that means it's much more likely to cast and much less likely to perils. Second HQ slot is Harada Ran, who is also an exalted sorcerer. At the moment, he's riding high in the opinions of Legion Command, but other than that, he has no further relics or warlord traits or anything like that. Third character is the Infernal Master. I'm sorry, I don't have the miniature yet, but so I'm having to use this sorcerer instead. But he is Asmechia, the Soul Thief, and I've spent a command point on him on Sorcerous Arcana, which gives him an extra relic, and that relic will be the Cult of Duplicity specific one, which is Perfidious Tome, which is basically a command point farm. On a 4-up, I get a command point back every command phase, but on a 2 to 3, nothing happens. On a 1, my opponent gets a command point, just to make things interesting. So, rest of the army, 2 squads of Rubric Marines, all with Warp Storm Bolters, apart from the Aspiring Sorcerer who has the pistol, Warp Bolt Pistol, and there is a Soul Reaper Cannon in each squad. Okay, I've got 5 Scarab Occult Terminators with a Soul Reaper Cannon, not a heavy Warp Flamer, and the Hellfire Missile Rack. I've also upgraded the Sorcerer to have the right sort of coalescence, which basically means any wounded model in his unit will automatically heal itself back up to full wounds at the I think it's a command phase. I'll double check, but that means you basically have to kill them outright. Otherwise, if you can't just plink wounds off these guys because they're going to heal back up. Okay, I've got 2 squads of 10 Zangors in the troop slots. Usually run as a mob of 20, but on this occasion, because I am playing Eternal War, sometimes it's a bit more useful to have cheap units that can effectively take objectives and keep them, while the rest of the more powerful units in the army go off and kill the enemy. So that's what I've done here. Each squad has a herd banner, which is adds 1 to its morale. And then we've got, also in troop slot, we've just got 14 cultists, no upgrades whatsoever, all just with auto guns. And then in the fast attack, a couple of gibbering spawn just to distract the enemy. And then some Zangor Enlightened and the Zangor Shaman. And then Demon Engine wise, I've got the Hell Drake. That's got brand spanking new rules, so I'm going to have to try and remember it. And the Hell Brute, which is a pretty solid choice these days. And the Land Raider with this classic loadout. All of these units have got the Arcana Astartes keyword, which basically means they've got a 5-up invulnerable save, including the Land Raider, which it never used to have. So I think Land Raiders in Thousand Sons armies are definitely better than your average Chaos list. Okay, that's it, I think. Anything else to discuss? I don't think. I'll talk about the psychic powers as and when they get cast, and indeed the Infernal Pact for the Infernal Master. Okay, let's go and have a look at these Dark Eldar. Okay, and we welcome back to the channel one more time, number 2. Hello, number 2. Hello, hello. And here is your Dark Eldar army, Drukhari army. How many points have you got here?
Just under 2,000.
Just, yeah.
1,968, I think it was.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, right. So you've been spending command points like toffee already, haven't you? So you've spent 2 command points to get your. Well, actually, you tell me, who's your warlord?
Okay, the warlord. Well, the Archon down here.
Yeah.
He's nice chap. He's assembled his real space raid. So he's invited along his friendly homunculus and succubus.
Yeah.
They've got all their friends together, and they're going on a bit of a raid to go and steal stuff like slaves.
Slaves. Okay.
So yeah. So who's he got with him? This is the Archon himself.
Yeah.
Over here we have the succubus.
Yeah.
And
witches.
20 witches.
Who like to chew through everything they get in combat with, didn't they?
They are a bit chewy.
Yeah.
The homunculus down here.
Yeah.
He's brought along his squad of racks.
Racks.
Doing torturing things. 2 Talos.
Yeah. Bit of punch.
He's got a raider here to ride around in. The Archon over here has hired a bodyguard of incubi.
Yeah.
And Drazar, the master of blades.
Yes, Drazar's here. Personally.
Turn up at the cost of 2 command points.
Yeah, 2 command points just to bring him as an auxiliary detachment. Okay.
And again, they're going to be riding around in another raider.
Yeah.
We have got hired 2 squads of Scourge mercenaries.
Yeah, with
Dark Lances.
nasty Dark Lances.
So they could be doing some shooty stuff.
Yeah.
We've got the Cabalite.
Oh, your warriors
over there.
Yeah.
3 gangs riding around in
their venoms. Yeah.
And then just to round things up at the back, we've got 2 Ravagers.
Nice little. Yeah. Just in case you don't have enough Dark Lancers in your army, you brought 2 Ravagers. So I've bought a Land Raider and a Hell Brute. And a Hell Drake. So it'd be interesting to see how well my demon engines fare against all this anti-tank punch. But okay, interesting. Right, warlord traits and relics.
They've all got their sort of traits. I don't know what you call faction.
Yeah, your Cabal of the Dark Heart, are you?
Blackheart,
yeah.
Cult of Strife, and Prophets of Flesh.
Okay.
I will have to refer to the book to find out.
Right. Well, as and when they trigger, you'll tell me what they do.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, fine.
Yes, I know he's one. He's getting command points back on a roll of a 6.
Oh, okay.
Which is useful. I've spent so many.
You've spent loads, haven't you? So how many have you spent?
I think I've spent 6.
6. So you're down to 6 already for us.
3 to put the witches and the succubus in the webway.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was 2 for Drazar to turn up as auxiliary, and 1 for the multiple warlord.
Yeah, secondary warlord trait. Okay, okay. All right. Okay, here we are at the end of deployment. We are playing the mission retrieval, which is a hammer and anvil deployment. I'll talk about the main objectives. Obviously, they are here. Hold on, you can see that 4, 3 there, 5 and 6, and then each army has a home objective, number 1 underneath that lot, and then 1 objective underneath those cultists. Right, so number 2, do you want to talk through your deployment?
Yeah, everything's hiding behind big rocks.
Basically, yeah, you've swooped in from the canyons, but being Eldar-like in your sneakiness.
We are going for a fairly central, up the middle of the table kind of strategy, because that's where the big thing to hide behind is.
Yeah, line of sight blocking terrain.
Yeah, we like striking from the darkness and all that kind of thing.
Yeah. So. Okay, should we talk about secondaries now? Or should we say yeah, talk about secondaries. So what secondaries have you chosen?
I've taken the one from the Codex, which is called Herd the Prey.
Herd the Prey.
I get 2 victory points for every table quarter that is free of the enemy occupation.
Okay, and your turn. Can't be scored in the first turn.
Line breaker.
Line breaker, get in my deployment zone.
Should be able to hopefully get up.
Yeah, I've left you massive swathes of space.
Some witches can drop down behind your enemy lines.
That's right, you put your witches in the webway, haven't you? Yeah. Okay.
And we have got the inevitable Abhor the Witch, because you've got a whole army.
If you're fighting Thousand Sons, why would you not take Abhor the Witch?
Things, even though I've got some witches.
Yeah. I abhor your witches. It's it's equal, isn't it?
Oh, speaking of which, my relic that the Archon has got. Where is he?
He's in one of the vehicles, I'm assuming.
This one here. Over here. He's got the Helm's Spite.
Okay.
Which means if you are, he can attempt to deny a psychic power per turn.
Yeah.
And then you suffer a Pebbles of the Warp.
Okay. Well, I of course means to combat that, but okay, fine. All right. Well, let's talk about my deployment. It's pretty. I just lined them all up. There's no great mystery here. So working across, I've got Spawn in this corner, squad of rubrics. The Land Raider, Warning of Magnus, is here. Then I've split my Zangors, as I said in my introduction video of the army, into 2 squads of 10. So one small mob here, then the Zangor Enlightened with the Shaman, Harada Rans, the Exalted Sorcerers here, and then we've got basically Terminators, Rubrics, and another mob of Zangors, and then on the home objective the Cultists, and then in the far corner over there is the Hell Drake. Right, do you have a dice number 2?
You ready for
actually, before you roll, I should talk about my own secondaries. Hold on. Yeah, so for my secondary objectives, I've also chosen engage on all fronts, which obviously means getting them to 3/4 of the table edge. I've chosen a Thousand Sons specific one, mutate landscape, which basically means I can do a psychic test on ones I'm holding objectives, and I can get victory points if that goes off. And then bring it down, the amount of vehicles. I know they've nerfed bring it down a little bit, but it's still a pretty auto-include with the amount of vehicles number 2 has got in his army. I'll get 2 victory points for any vehicle with 10 or less wounds, and 3 victory points for any vehicle 11 or more destroyed.
11 or more?
I think it's 11 or more. Should we check that? Yeah, so it's 11 or more.
Talos and monsters, not vehicles.
It does include monsters and vehicles. So yeah, I'll get victory points for killing Talos and everything. Okay. Yeah. But to maximum 15, of course. Okay, have you got a dice?
I have.
Okay, let's see who goes first. We can't choose. That's a 1. So it is Drukhari, turn 1, as they pounce on the forces of chaos, as they come screaming down the valleys, trying to, get first blood against the Thousand Sons. Drukhari, turn 1. Okay, here we are at the end of movement phase for the Drukhari. Those of you that are screaming at the screen that I was reading the old rules for Bring It Down will be pleased to know I did double check, and it is 1 victory point for the smaller units and 2 for the larger ones, but I'm still obviously taking that as a secondary objective. Right, so a general advance from the Drukhari as they swoop through the canyons, and you won't be doing anything as silly as a psychic phase, will you, number 2? No. So when you're ready, we go into the shooting phase. Let's kick off.
Okay, we'll start over here. 2 Scourges with Dark Lance. He's going to shoot.
Okay, I'm going to spend a command point on Arcane Smoke Screen, which basically means you're -1 to hit. And so you miss.
I miss. Okay. In that case, the Udar.
Okay, this is the Ravager.
Get 2 hits.
Okay. You can reroll 1 because of your
so the Cabal.
Cabal thing, yeah. Okay. Art. So I'm toughness 8.
Okay. 3s. There's 1.
1. Be mine. Okay, it has the Arcana or Astartes keyword, which means it's a 5-up invulnerable save. And nope, that does go through.
You take
6 damage, so it's down to 10. Okay, Scourges have managed to get a line of sight into Hellbrute. I was rather hoping it wouldn't be shot at this time.
Moved, so they're -1. Okay. So it's 1 hit.
Toughness 7.
So it'll be 3s. Yep.
Yeah. I also have the Carnostasis keyword, so this is a 5-up invulnerable save which fails.
Okay, so you take
So 4, so it's got 6 left. Okay, and the Ravager shooting up against the Scarabcot Terminators.
3 hits.
Ooh, ouch.
Ooh.
Oh, only one
wound.
Beyond my vulnerable save, which I fail. I pass even. Passes. From first Venom into the Zangors, hit on 3s. Reroll because you're Cabal.
One more die.
One more dice.
Okay, so it's 4 hits.
Poison weapons, aren't they? 4s. 3 wounds. 3 5-up saves. Oh, they always have invulnerable.
Okay. Yeah, there is actually -1 there.
Oh, what? You've killed 3 of them.
Okay.
Second Venom, same target.
That was rubbish.
Not quite so good.
2.
4s to wound. 1 5-up. Lost it. Where is it? Nope, that's 4 dead in total.
Okay.
Dark Lance from this raider into the spawn on the flank here. Hits. When you're on 3s, it's going to go straight from armour.
It's 4 wounds.
4. I think they've got 4. Let me check. Yes, I did slay the Chaos Spawn. And you just spent 2 command points on what? Fire and Fade or something equivalent
it's got a new name now. But yeah.
So you basically hit...
Don't stop moving or something.
So you're nipping back behind that cover of those rocks. Nice. Like it.
Okay.
Okay. I assume there's no charges?
No charges.
So that's the end of your turn 1. That's nice and simple. Test for the Zangors, they lost 4. Leadership is 7. That is a fail. 1 will flee. And then they've not got combat attrition, so there'll be 5s to flee, 1s to flee. 1s they flee, and another 1 flees. Okay, here we are at the end of the movement phase for Thousand Sons turn 1. Gain a command point in my command phase. The Infernal Master read from his Tomb of Perfidity and gained another command point, so I'm back up to 12. He also read one of his Infernal Pacts, and Malefic Maelstrom is now on the Land Raider, which adds 1 to the strength characteristics of all its all its shooting weapons. Probably won't make too much difference to the las cannons, but it will mean strength 6 heavy bolters, which is quite useful against toughness 3 eldar. Okay, let's go on into the psychic phase. Oh, one more thing. Only 3 damage caused to the Hell Brute because it is monstrously resilient, which reduces the damage characteristic of weapons by 1. Okay, let's go into the psychic phase. End of my movement phase, I'm going to spend a command point on Vector Strike on the Hell Drake against these flappy dudes down here. Basically, when the Hell Drake makes a normal move over enemy model, select 1 enemy model that is not a character with a wounds characteristic of a 9 or less, roll a d6. On a 2-up, that unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. On a 2-up, it suffers 3 mortal wounds if they can fly, which I assume they can. So on 2-up, you take 3 mortal wounds. Yeah, that's just 3 of them plucked from the air from the Hell Drake. Okay, Immolder Manitek will read from his Anatheian scrolls and apply it to Tzeentch's Firestorm. So from now on, I roll 3d6 and choose the best 2 results from the dice for the psychic test. Also, I've got 12 Cabal points, and I'm going to spend 4 of them on Imbued Manifestation, which basically adds 6 inches to the range of that spell. So it was 18, it's now 24 inches, and I am in range of the Ravager. So I'm going to Tzeentch Firestorm that, so I can't see the these dudes around the corner. So I roll 3d6 because he's read his Anatheian scrolls. And I'm going to take those 2 results, so it's not a peril. So that does cast on a technically 11, because I add 1 to that. And because I rolled a 9 or more on the spell, I do mortal wounds. You would be on 6s, but now 5s or 6s, because I rolled 9 or more. So looking for 5s or 6s, that's 4 mortal wounds on the Ravager. I'm just going to rub salt into the wounds. I'm going to spend another 4 Cabal points on Malevolent Charge. So whenever a spell is already inflicted mortal wounds, roll a d3, and that's how many more mortal wounds are caused. So another 1 mortal wound. That puts me down to 4 Cabal points left. Okay, Harada Ran will cast Presage on the Land Raider, which should give it +1 to hit if it goes off, warp charge value of 7. And that is a 5 + 1 is 6. That's actually a fail. Okay, I'll allow that. No, actually, no, I'll allow it. That's fine. For his second spell, he will cast Weaver of Fates on the Land Raider. Warp charge value of 7. It does go off on an 8. That gives it a 4+ invulnerable save. Okay, the Zangor Shaman will cast Perplex on this Ravager over here. I don't need line of sight. And it's a 24-inch range, so I am in sight. It's warp charge value of 7. That goes off on a 8, because I have +1 to that. Basically, that is perplexed, so it can only shoot things within 24 inches of it. If it's more than 24 inches away, it can't target it. Okay, this squad of rubrics, the Aspiring Sorcerer will cast Sorcerer's Facade on his own unit. Warp charge value of 8. And that fails. Yeah, on command point, reroll that. And that still fails, doesn't go off. Scarab Occult Terminator will smite this Venom Focus on 5 up. Does go off on a 6, that's D3 mortal wounds. For 3 onto that Venom. Okay, final spell. The Sorcerer in the Scarab Occult, not Scarab Occult, the rubrics are going to cast Glamour of Zinch on the Zangors in front of them. Warp charge value of 7. And that goes off on an 8, so that -1 to hit. Okay, as the magic sorceress powers of the Thousand Sons ceases for a moment, the shooting phase will kick in. Land Raider is going to open up. He's going to put all 4 las cannons into this Ravager, and the heavy bolters into the flappy dudes up here. Because it's got presage, it's hitting on 2s. This is the heavy bolter, and scores 5 hits. Because of the Infernal Pact, it's now strength 6 heavy bolter, so it's winning on 2s. And that is 5 -1 saves for heavy bolter. Not too bad.
3.
Still kills 3 of them, good. Las cannons. Oh, one more. And they all hit because he's got presage on it. These are strength 10 las cannons, but I'm still winning on 3s. And yeah, that's 4 -3 saves. I'll be on you invulnerable. Come on, point.
Have I got any left? I have 1.
Yeah, that does help. So 2d6 damage coming in. And that is 8 in total. Sorry, 7. Can't even count. 7 wins. On the Fatecaster Great Bows, we'll try and plink off the last 2 of these racks. No, not racks. Scourges. Something like that. They hit on 2s, so they all hit. They always hit on 2s. Strength 5. Toughness 3, so 3's to wound. That is 4 -1s. Now let's them shot off their perch. Yeah, Bale Flamer from the Hell Drake into the other Scourges. Hits, oh that's a bit cocked. Hits twice. Strength 5, 3's to wound. Yeah, that's 2. I think it's -1, but it could be -2. See what you get.
Yeah, they're both okay.
Both okay. So yeah, the flames just washing over them. I imagine they just sort of scattered as I think I'm firing through them. Right, I think the only thing I've probably got in range as a Scarab Occult Terminator is I'll just measure up. Right, the Scarab Occult Terminator is having to split fire all over the place because of the range and line of sight. So I'm going to do the Hellfire missile rack into the that heavy tank, hitting on 3s, 2 hits, strength 8. 1 wound, 1 -2 save.
Yeah,
You save?
Yeah.
Okay, these are the Storm Bolters into the Ravager, hitting on 3s. Oh, they are. Yeah, just checking that Scarab Occult Terminators are core. They are, so I can reroll these 1s because of the Exalted Sorcerers nearby, which is a good thing. So that's 1, 2, 3 misses. 5 to wound. That is 1 -2 save. Okay, final weapon into it is the Soul Reaper, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. And strength 6, toughness 6, so 4s to wound. And that is 1 minus 3 save. No, so I do take 1 wound off it. That wasn't too good. Yeah, so the last Storm Bolter that can fire can only get into range of this Venom's -1 hit because they are fast, so hitting on 4s and then wounding on 5s. Strength 5, toughness. Sorry, strength 4, toughness. So it's 1 minus 2. No, Plinker wound. Got 2 left on that Venom. And I think... Okay, Rubik Squad just about in range with that Venom. I got the Soul Reaper and those bolters that are in range are firing into it. -1 hits of 4s and 5s to wound. Nope. And then the Soul Reaper hitting on 4s and then strength 6 of 3s to wound. And that is 2 minus 3 saves. 2 wounds left. Make one fair one.
Yeah.
So you got 5 up and vulnerable, those things, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 1 wound left on that Venom, and that's the end of my shooting phase. Yeah, Helldrake can't charge because it's still in aircraft mode. They just passed their morale test, and so that'd be the end of Thousand Sons, turn 1. Fairly good, but yeah. Let's see what the Drukhari do in turn 2. I'm going to stick the kettle on. Right, it's the end of movement phase for the Drukhari turn 2. So yeah, generally Ravager moving around with those scourges, that's staying there. And a general advance up the field. Unfortunately for number 2, he did deploy 9 more witches here, but I spent 2 command points on inescapable forewarning, which allowed the rubrics to shoot. And I've got some pretty good dice rolls. So 9 of the witches have been slain as they've come out of the webway. Some demons whispering in their ears that they were coming. Well, you've also got this person here who I couldn't shoot at because I couldn't see her. So yes, that's the end of that. So you're going to go into your shooting phase?
Might as well.
Okay. So the Ravager is within 24 inches of can fire. So -1 hits, I pop smoke for a command point.
6 is hit.
Yeah.
Can't argue with a 6.
I can't argue with a 6. Wounding on 3s.
1.
Okay, and 5 up and vulnerable. Yeah. Well, is that cocked? I'll say it's cocked. No, okay, goes through.
Okay.
What do you get?
5.
5 left.
Raider.
Case Raider into the Land Raider.
Yeah. No,
Misses.
can reroll 1 die on the shot. No, still misses.
Still missing.
This one did the same.
Yeah.
Hits. Doesn't wound.
Doesn't wound. Come on. How many you got left?
Yeah, why not? Don't know what else to spend them on.
Yeah. So it does wound. So 5 up and vulnerable. No, save this time.
8.
Okay, Talos into the Land Raider.
Oh.
No. Right. You've got your dudes back here, or your couple of Venoms up here.
Right, there's the 2 things with wings.
Okay. These are at -1 to hit because he's supersonic.
No.
Snake eyes.
That thing's going to shoot 2 hits.
Yeah. Toughness 7.
2 wounds.
2 wounds. Minus.
4.
-4. 5 up. Demon save. Fail both.
That's 6 and 8 wounds.
8 wounds. Ouch. 4 wounds left. Splinter cannons coming in. They've hit how many times?
4 hits.
4 hits.
Poison weapon for +2.
If it's poison, do you
-1.
poison not affecting the Helldrake? Have you got like these really powerful pistols, haven't you?
Yeah, got 1.
Okay, -1 hit though. So this is. How many 1s have you rolled?
Right.
Have you done the racks?
Yeah.
Not the racks, the scourges.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You got 2 1s.
Oh yes, they did.
Right, shoot that venom thing.
This venom?
Yeah.
Okay, what's that doing?
Shoot that.
Okay, open up into Zangors. So that's 4 hits.
Yep.
Winning on 4s.
2.
2. 2 5 up invulnerable saves. Kill 1. Okay, this is the other venom. Same target. 4 hits. 5 hits.
And
2 wounds. 1 more dead. Okay, this is the crew inside. Splinter guns into Zangors. That's 4 more wounds.
4. Blaster hits.
Don't worry, they are dead.
Okay.
The blaster just smokes their ruin. Okay, that's the end of the shooting phase. We've got a couple of charges.
This is going to ram into the.
Okay, I won't fire Overwatch.
Keepers will attempt.
Okay, I can't see her, so I can't shoot.
And yeah, they will attempt.
Okay.
As well.
So do the venom first?
Do the venom first.
Okay. That'll be in.
Yeah. Then
This lady here.
yeah.
No.
She is.
So she is this squad.
Is...
Yes, they are
Yes,
in.
they are.
Angry that they got mown down. Secrets were betrayed. 44 attacks coming in from the witches against the Rubric squad.
11.
Hold on, have I got a heroic intervention or do I want to? Yeah, I'm not heroically intervene. I just think it's not a good idea to get anywhere close to witches. So, 44. This is the first tranche, I'm assuming.
First 11.
Yeah.
That's 1, 2.
So, 7 hits. That's looking good.
9, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35.
35 out of 44 hits land. Okay. So, strength 4, toughness 4.
Yeah.
Is this with their combat drugs?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, winning on 4s.
3.
3 so far. 8 so far.
14, 15,
16 wounds?
16 at -1.
Okay, 16 -1 saves. So 3 up because of all his dust. Yeah, 2 rubrics are slain. Okay, I'm not interrupting, so this is the venom. They all wound, is it?
Yeah. Chains.
Yeah, so -1 for 1 damage, 3 up saves. Kills another. Attacks back will all go against the witches, I think. So the oh no, the Spyrosaurus will go against this venom. He's hitting on 3s, and he only hits once. He's strength 7. He's -1 save or D3 damage. Saved.
Yep.
Okay, the rest are going to go into the witches. So these are the rubrics into the witches. Yeah, I can reroll those ones because I'm a core unit within 6 inches of Hamrada Ram. So these 2s miss. Strength 4, toughness eldar. Yeah. That is 6 basic saves.
Invulnerable, which will fail, of course.
Ow! They fought up invulnerable.
Yeah.
Oh.
They were.
They were. 6 gone. Ouch. To think they just grabbed 3 Rubric Marines and just dragged them back off to Comora. Ouch. Okay. And that's the end of your turn 2. You do have a morale test for them. Oh, 1. They are in their happy place. They stick around. Okay. We go into Thousand Sons turn 2. Edit, I've just got to do the morale test for the rubrics. They got leadership 8, they lost 3, they also pass. At the end of Drukhari turn 2, number 2 scored 10 primary victory points for being on 2 objectives. That one and this one over here. You also got 4 for line break, and you got 2 or more units in my deployment zone. And so that's 14 victory points to 0 as we go into Thousand Sons turn 2. Okay, end of my command phase and movement phase. I gained 2 command points, one for being Battle Forge and another one because of my Perfidious Tome, which granted me another one again. The Infernal Pact failed, however, so that has not gone off. And yeah, just sort of reacting to the witches springing from the rear. So the rubrics have stayed in combat. Ran's moving around to support, and we're going to pop open that venom. Land Raider staying where it is, along with the enlightened Zangors. Hellbrute coming back, and just the shuffling forward with the Zangors, and then the spawn coming around there as well. So that's
this. Because it needs to change.
Oh!
Otherwise it's going to crash.
Otherwise it'd crash, thank you. Yes, I'm not used to dealing with flyers. In fact, I'm going to go into whatever the hover mode is. Hold on. Yes, number 2 reminded me, otherwise it would have gone pinging off. So it's now on hover mode, or no longer at supersonic, so it's no longer -1 hit. It's gained a wound as well, so it's back onto 5 wounds, and it's just shuffled around there. Okay, let's go into the psychic phase. Kicking off with Harada Ran, he will smite the witches in front of him, and that goes off on a 9. So that's going to kill D3 for 1, and I'm going to spend 4 Cabal points to do another 3D damage to them. So I'll kill 3 in total. Okay, his second power, he will presage the Land Raider one more time, and that fails. Okay, that fails. So the Scarab Occult Terminators will... yeah, they will just do a smite. This is going to hit the venom. This is on a 6 now. That does go off on a 9. D3. So 2 wounds on the venom. Does it blow up?
No.
Nope. Okay. Anybody inside?
No.
Oh no, it's empty, is it? Okay. Okay. Imhoden Manatech will firestorm a Zinch this squad on the objective here. Roll 3d6 because he's read the Anathean Scrolls. Too far away? Is that some sort of denials thing you got? So yeah, I'm choosing those 2 results. That adds 1 to it to make it 12. So number 2 not able to denial. He's got some sort of denial relic, I think, haven't you? Because I rolled 11 or 9 or more, he's do 5 or 6 on mortal wounds. So that's 1, 2, 3 dead.
Only 3?
Only 3, yeah. He's going to Doom Bolt them now. And that goes off on a 9. You could try and deny that if you wanted to.
So, nothing else to...
Yeah. Double 1.
Okay, of course it is.
That's flat 3 mortal wounds to that unit, so that's destroyed them. Okay, this Rubik squad will do a psychic action rather than cast anything, and that's going to mutate the landscape on the objective that they're on. Somewhere in here is an objective. There we go. Warp charge value of 4. And that does go off. So we've mutated that landscape, giving me 3 victory points.
What have you just done?
Okay, the Shaman will simply smite the thing in front of it. And that does go off on a 9. So that's D3 mortal wounds for 3. These rubrics here will do Sorceress Facade on themselves. Warp charge value of 8 though. It's quite tricky to get off. And that fails. Okay, let's stay where they are. Okay, finally the Infernal Master will cast Temporal Manipulation on the Land Raider. And that goes off on a 7 plus 1 to that. So it's got a 4 up invulnerable save. Okay, that's the end of my psychic phase. I'll go into shooting. I can't see anything really other than the this thing. What's this called?
Raider.
A Raider right in front of me. So it's going to get everything from the Land Raider. It is damaged, so it's hitting on 4s. This is the last cannons. And I get 1 hit. Wounding on 3s. Wounds. 1 -3 save. Yep. And then Heavy Bolter. Hitting on 4s. And Strength 5 toughness 6. 5 to wound. I get 3 -2 saves. No, -1, sorry.
Bad them all.
Bad roll. Well, that's 6 damage then, isn't it? Yeah. It's got 1 wound left. Right, pistol from the Infernal Master. He hits. He has 5 to wound. doesn't wound. Okay, it's Angor and Lighter. He's not the best targets for bows and arrows, but I'm going to try and plink off the last wound on that Raider. So they're hitting on 2s. Only getting 4 hits. Wounding on 5s. 1 -1 save. No, got it. Does it blow up?
No.
Anyone in it? No. Okay, rubrics are going to try and keep tickling the Ravager. This would be the Soul Reaper first, hitting on 3s. 30. Wounding on... Are they strength toughness 6 or are they 7?
6.
They are 6. 4s. No wounds. Okay, these are small arms. Yeah, those small arms bouncing off the armour of the Ravager. I'm running out of guns around here. Let me see if that multi-melter can see anything. So, multi-melter into the Ravager. And that's one cocked dice, I think. No, it misses. Oh, command point reroll on them. I've got plenty of them. So I do get 1 hit. Strength 8. Wounds. Beyond your invulnerable. Yeah, okay. Right, the cultists, so surprised that they're still alive at turn 2. They are going to open up everything into that character over there. Okay. So they haven't moved, so they've got rapid fire weapons twice. This is the first 14 dice, hitting on 4s. Second lot. Right, strength 3, toughness 3 auto guns, 4s to wound. Wounds getting through from the autocannons. AP dash though. Is that 3 wounds?
That's 3 wounds.
Right, okay, alright, tickled her. Right, 1 pistol from the sorcerer into the witches, 1 hit. Wounds, -2 save on the witch. No, plinks 1 off, only 1 left. Okay, the Baleflame has 18-inch range, so it's going to try and scorch these 2 flappy dudes. D6 auto hits for 3. Strength 5, so 3s to wound. Yeah, minus, I think it's -1 or -2. They got 4 up. They got an environment, haven't they? Yeah. Kill 1?
Kill 1.
Okay, Scarab Cock Terminators have to open up everything into that Venom. This is the missile launcher, -1 to hit. Hits once. 3s to wound. Doesn't wound. This is the Soul Reaper. Hitting on 4s, but I can reroll those 1s because of the Sorcerer. 4 hits. Strength 5, toughness 5. Actually, strength 5. 1, -3 save. No, take a wound. Then hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s. These are the Warp Storm Bolters. Okay, that's the end of my shooting phase. Begin to whittle down the enemy, I think, but let's see if we can go into a charge phase. So that spawn into that Ravager, the Hell Drake into that Ravager, and I'm pretty sure these rubrics have got it, but I'm going to charge in Harada Ron as well into that last remaining. Which, any Overwatches? Yeah, okay, all it takes was 1 Dart Lance to possibly finish off the Hell Drake. So, let's see. 6 is... not quite. Oh, yeah. No. Doing the Hell Drake first. 5 attacks hit on 4s because it's injured. Oh dear, only 1 hit. Be freeze to wound, strength 7. Does wound. -2, flap 2. Take 2. I didn't destroy it though. Are you interrupting anywhere?
No.
No, okay. I'll do the spawn next. Okay, spawn has 2d3 attacks. So that's all 6. And it's mutated beyond reason. What I roll? Another 5. Toxic hemorrhage. You can re-roll the wound rolls in your attacks. So getting 4 hits. And that is as -2 flat 2. It's a Ravager against the spawn.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Strength. Strength 7.
Freeze to wound. Yeah. Save modifier.
-1.
6 up save. Nope.
Take a wound.
Take a wound. It's got 3 left.
2 hits.
2 hits against the Helldrake. No wounds.
7.
Oh no, yeah, no
1.
No wounds. No toughness 7.
Right. Okay.
So at the end of my turn 2, I got 10 primary victory points. I got 3 for mutating this landscape. I'm engaging on all on 3/4 of the table edge, so that's another 2. And I've destroyed. How many venoms have I destroyed now? Number 2. Is it 2? 1. 1 venom and 1 raider. So that gives me another 3. So yes, that gives me 18 victory points as we go into Dark Elder turn 3. Okay, so here we are at the end of Drukhari turn 3. Couple of smoking vehicles that possibly are going to be destroyed this turn. So your succubus has come running around, eyeing up a charge on Hermada Ram by the looks of it. And then Drazar has come around the corner with his retinue, and there's going to be an elite on elite bust up by the looks of it here. And your racks have just come out of the raiders. Yeah, okay. So some rather nice, tasty charges being lined up from the Dark Elder. So, but first the shooting phase. Dark Lancers into combat into the Helldrake. 2 hits, freeze to wound, 2 wounds. Need my 5 ups. Demon save. Make one fail 1.
Take 6.
That's got him. Had 5 left. Does he blow up? Please blow up. No, he just gets shot out of the sky. Okay, yeah. Dark Lancers into the spawn in close combat. Ouch. It scrabs up the side.
It's a 1.
1. I don't have a save. 3 wounds to get the amp. It's killed him, isn't it? So it blows him off the chassis. So I'll pop smoke on the Land Raider. So you do get a hit anyway. Wounds. Now I've got a 4 up invulnerable save because I cast temporal manipulation on it. And that is a fail. So I'm going to command point reroll that. And it still fails. 5 wounds to get through. Bang.
Bang, it takes 6.
Does it blow? Please don't. Thank you. It doesn't blow. But that is another 2 victory points because you've got what's that? Secondary.
Yeah. What's it called?
Destroy the vehicle. Secondary.
Yeah, destroy the vehicles.
Yeah, because bring it down. That's it. Because we realised that you'd accidentally picked from 2 of the same category, right. So we changed it. So more punishment happening. Dark Lance has hit the Hellbreed, but doesn't wound. Command point in there.
Yeah.
Command point being used.
Yay,
yeah.
6.
Did you work out what saving throw modifier?
-4.
So it is -5. I said 5 up invulnerable because I've got the Arcana Astartes keyword. No. D3 plus 3. So that's 4. Becomes 3 because I've got that ability to reduce it. So he's now down to 4 wounds. Heat lances from Talos into the Hellbreed, yeah?
Yep. So strength of 8.
Okay, freeze to wound.
Just check it. Yeah. 1. -4.
5 up again. Yes, Zinch steps in this time. Okay, Archon pistol into Terminator's hits.
That's a very much a wound. Blast pistol.
-4 d6 damage pistol. Right, okay, 5 up invulnerable. Yeah. Terminator plate holds. Okay, splinter cannons into Terminators.
1.
Reading on 4s for poison weapons.
1. -1.
How much damage?
1.
So I do get always that, so that is a save. Okay, that's the end of your shooting phase. I imagine you've got a few charges.
I've got a few charges.
Yeah.
I've got
Okay, this hero on hero action. I'm not going to Overwatch.
I've got an Archon and a Drazar.
And a Drazar.
Charged Terminators.
I might Overwatch them. I'll see.
I've got 2 Taloses that are going to charge the Rubric Marines.
Okay.
And then I've got some Racks that are going to charge the Beast Men.
Okay, so the Zangors have got no range weapons apart from their clickety-clackety claws. Do I want to Overwatch the Rubrics or the Terminators? Think the Terminators, because I don't think the Rubrics will do very much to the Taloses, but I might luckily plink a couple of bodyguards over. So let's do that now. Okay, a few wounds getting through on Overwatch, but not getting past the armour. 6. So not quite getting in with Drazar, so command point reroll being spent. That's probably enough now, is it?
Just.
Okay. Okay, the
What's next?
whatever that chap, not quite getting in.
He just said he hasn't anywhere to go.
No.
So these go.
Yeah, they're in.
They're okay.
Other than Snake Eyes, I think for your Talos you'll probably be okay. Yep, everything else is in. He's hitting on 2s, isn't he? Yeah. He's using his I've spent a command point on Wavering Phalanx, which means it reduces his damage by 1. So they freeze. Okay, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. How many is that? So -3, 1 damage, but I get all his dust. That's equivalent of -2, so it goes to 4 ups. And you do kill one. You do kill a Terminator. Sorry, 4 up. So you do 4 wounds in total, which kills 1 Terminator, puts a wound on another.
Oh, they got 3 wounds.
Okay, I've spent 2 command points to interrupt with the Zangors over here against the Racks. So they have got 20 dice. Hitting on 3s. Actually hitting on 2s because of the Shaman that helped quite a bit actually. Is within 6 inches. So now I've got strength 4. So strength 4, toughness 5. So 5s to wound. 6 -1 saves coming through.
Ooh, 6 dead.
Oh, 6 dead.
Yeah.
Dead Racks, but they will attack back. Hitting on 3s. Toughness 4.
Wound on 4s because poison weapons.
Yep.
Only 3.
3, 5 up and vulnerables.
Yep.
Kill 2. Okay, so this is the 2 Talos into the Rubrics using the Macro Scalpel. Right, hitting on 3s. Toughness 4.
Okay, macros.
So 7 3s to wound. 4, 5. 5 up saves as I don't get all his dust. 3 failed. How many damage? 2, isn't it?
2. Yeah.
So that's 3 destroyed. Okay, that's nasty. So I'm Waving Phalanx still in effect, but you're selecting the single damage.
Yeah, we're going to go for the. Are we filming?
Yeah, we're filming.
Let me explain then. Cause we've got all the bubbles going on here.
Okay.
So the Incubi are attacking the Terminators with their single blade.
Yep.
Which is a -3 modifier, so essentially -2.
Yep.
And I'm only doing
one. No, the saving throw is the same. Makes the damage reduced.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm only doing 1 damage
anyway
because of your thing.
Yeah.
But I've got the bubble from the Archon and from Drazar.
Yeah.
So we're hitting you on 2s, re-rolling 1s, and wounding on 2s.
2s. We've got strength 5, but then +1 to wound on top of that. Yeah. Ow!
So let's see if we can do something with these. So.
Hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. There's a few 1s there. 2s to wound. There's quite a few 1s there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, Unwavering Phalanx means that all this does kick in. So the -3 goes to -2. So these are 4 up saves. So Drazar can attack twice. So he's going in for round 2.
This time he's connecting his sword back together.
Yeah.
Because he's going to go for his single blade attack.
Yeah.
Which is just his normal 5 attacks.
Yeah. And he's hitting on 2s with his Drazar.
2s, and we got that one. So they do those. So that is now strength 4, 5, 6. So 3s.
4.
4. These
So
are,
reduce 1 damage. Is it 1 damage weapon?
these are, no, this is a damage 3.
Oh, so it's now damage 2.
AP 3, damage 3.
AP 3, damage 3.
So you could use the
Yeah.
one.
So 5 up saves then. Ow.
Ow.
Ow. I think that's the squad. So it's 2 damage for
2 damage per.
Yeah, it's gonna be dead. Even for a command point reroll, that'd kill 1. Oh, I could keep 1 alive if I command point reroll. Yeah. Okay, not using command point reroll. That is a rare moment where my when my Terminator gets annihilated to a man. You got 1 more charge with the succubus here.
What does that say?
Is it succubus?
Yep, they all hit.
All hit.
So I'm looking at.
Freeze to wound.
Okay, and then we are.
So 5 wounds getting through, 4 up in vulnerable saves. Only make 2, so that's 3. Is it single damage, is it? Yeah, so 3 wounds caused, 2 left. Okay, Harada Ron's going to attack back, hitting on 2s. And he gets 4 hits, strength 7. 2s to wound. That's 3 -1 saves.
I think you've got that.
2d3 wounds. Yeah, 6.
Yeah.
And I'll do the rubrics off camera against the Talos because they probably won't do much. Okay, rubrics only doing 1 wound back against Talos. 3 Zangors also died, and they hold 3 + 3 is 6. Now your racks, they need to make a leadership or lay
Probably. Say one. Right, that was many.
Yes, that's going to be a failure. Okay, so 1 rack fled. Okay, and that's the end of your turn 3, I believe. You scored 10 primary at the beginning of your turn. You have scored 3 for destroying that Land Raider. 3 for destroying... No, sorry, 2 for the Land Raider. 2 for the Hell Turkey, so that's another 4. Have you got any other secondaries? Okay, here we are at the end of movement phase for the Thousand Sons turn 3. And it's been a good turn for the Drukhari. They took out my Terminators and the Land Raider and generally caused a lot of pain across the line. So now is the time to retaliate. The Eternal Pact did go off and managed to kill a rack with the Fires of the Abyss. And so, yes, and I also gained 2 more victory points, command points, because 1 for being from the Perfidious Tome as well, so that's really been helping quite a lot. So, movement-wise, the Enlightened have skimmed up over this mountain, and they're going to try and put fire down, maybe try and plink the last 2 wounds off that. Now, I'm taking a bit of a gamble. I did think about... taking these rubrics out of combat because they're obviously in combat with Talos and not going to do very well against them, but I'm going to try and magic their way out. Let's hope it works. These are maintained in combat, and that's it really. The cultists have managed to survive to turn 3 without any casualties. What's going on? So let's go to the psychic phase. Mission 1 is to kill Drazar, so he will be Firestorm of Zinch. And that is a really bad roll. Oops. It's going to fail it. So, I'll command point reroll that. So I'll pick up all 3 dice. And, God, that's not much better. So I'm going to pick those 2. So that is a cast on an 8.
I'm going to use my Helmut Spite to try to stop that.
Okay, so I'm spending 8 of my 11 Cabal points to make that spell undeniable, so it does go off, but I'm only causing mortal wounds on a 6. So I cause 1 mortal wound against Drazar. That's not that good, is it? Okay, for his second spell, he will try and Doombolt Drazar. Ah, knocked a rock. That goes off on a 9. You could try and deny that if you want to. No, and that's flat 3 mortal wounds, so that's 4 in total. How many have you got?
5.
5, 1 more.
This isn't far.
This sorcerer will finish him off. He's only got 1 mortal wound. I'm going to smite him on a 6. And, ooh, that's a 5. That does go off on a 6. Because I get to add 1 to that. You've got any more denials? No. Well, that's D3 wounds on Drazar. And 2 more. So he decides to go back to his box. He's got other places to be. Right. Okay. Harada Ram will presage the Scarab Occult, not Scarab Occult, they're dead, the rubrics, and that does go off. And he's now going to smite the bodyguard people. This is now on a 7. That does go off on a 9. Does D3 mortal wounds for 3. How many have they got?
1.
Just 1. Right, this sorcerer here is going to try and smite the last 2 racks in front of him. This is now on a 8. That's a super smite and a perils. So I shall keep the result. It's D6 mortal wounds against the racks. Yeah, kills all of them. And I'll spend a command points to ignore the result of that perils. Right, the squad of rubrics are going to try and magic their way out of combat. I need an 8. That does go off on an 8. Okay, and so they magic out of combat and land over here. Not sure if that's the right thing to do, but there we are. At least they can now fire because they've been magicked out of combat. So I think that's the end of my... Oh no, I've got my dude over here. I think he's going to try and increase his own invulnerable save because he suddenly realises he's next in line for the Taloses, I think. So it does go off. So he's got a 4-up invulnerable save now, and that's the end of my psychic phase. So I'm hoping for big things with the multi-melter, and I'm going to fire multi-melter into the injured Talos, hitting on 3s, and I get 2 hits, wounding on 3s. I only get 1 wound, so that's at minus gajillions. You got an invulnerable save?
No.
D6 plus 2 wounds because within 12. Only 3. Command point reroll. So that is 5 wounds. It's got 1 left. Down to 1 command point. Okay. Pistol from the not exalted sorcerer, the infernal master. Let's see if I can plink that last wound off. Does hit. I need a 5-up again. Nope. Now, these guys can snipe characters, so I could potentially get that homunculus, but I don't want to. I want to try and get that last wound off that Talos.
Yeah, that's going to do more damage.
Yeah, I think so. So they're going to try and shoot the last wound off that Talos, hitting on 2s, and I am wounding on 5, strength 4. And that is 3 -1s. Yeah, you got it. Does it blow up? Do they blow up? No. Okay, I'm going to do 2 pistols from both the sorcerers at the same time into these last 2 bodyguards there. We can. Oh, you're not cool, so 1 misses. 1 -2 save.
Yay.
Yep. Whoop, there goes. Fire with the rubrics. The Soul Reaper is going to try and destroy this last flappy dude up here. The rest of them are going to try and kill the last of these guys. So this is a Soul Reaper. I hit on 2s because I've got presage off. And I'm rerolling 1s, fortunately, because of the Exalted Sorcerer. And I'm going to be wounding on 2s. So that's 4 -3 saves on the flappy dude. No, he gets cut in half. These are the bolt guns into the bodyguard. I'm rerolling 1s. So they all hit. 3s to wound, strength 4. And that is that many. How many? 5 and 9 -2 saves. No, that's them. Gone. Are going to shoot this and try and get the last 2 wounds off that Ravisher. So this is the Soul Reaper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hitting on 3s. And strength 6, toughness 6, so 4s to wound. That is 2 -3 saves. Okay, it's down to 1 wound. Okay, bolt guns, they move, not in half range. Oh dear, only 2 hits. I need 5s to wound. 1 -2 save. To get it. Oh, good. Phew. Right. Does it blow up? No. Oh, you rolled 2 2s, did you?
Oh, you got.
Yeah, I got 2.
You got 2 6s. So.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah!
You take 2
The
wounds.
cultists take 2 wounds off that Talos with their auto guns. Now, what is happening? And that's the end of my shooting phase. I've... Yeah. Okay, so I am going to charge with a mode and man attack into this character. And I might as well send the room. Oh, they're on the objective, actually. So no. Just him. He's feeling brave. Now, there's that Talos. I don't like him. But yes, I am going to charge the Zangors and the Zangor Shaman into this character here to try and get onto that objective. So, any Overwatches?
I'm going to go with the Archon over here.
Oh, okay. What's he got then?
He's got a blast pistol.
Oh yeah, that nasty horrible
And
thing.
he's going to take a pot shot.
Okay.
Puts him 2 points. So
And he
in
rolled...
fact, he shot himself through.
Yes, he rolled a 1. Didn't get it out of this holster in time. Okay. Okay, I think it's either an 8 or 9 inch charge from a moment to get around that rock. Oh, that'll do. Yeah. He is in. And then the Zangors first. Let's do the Shaman first.
These are good.
6. I think that's probably okay. Yeah. Ooh. Shaman. And then Zangors. Yeah, they're definitely in 2 with a 10. I mean, I'll be just talking off camera there. I shall.
These 2, then I'm retiring.
Oh yeah. Okay. We were just discussing off the camera that I mean, Thousand Sons have been languishing before their codex quite low in the meta, but I think they're certainly coming up a little bit in the terms of their ability to dish out damage. They've got so much psychic potential now. And if you
mortal wounds,
mortal wounds, I'm just like kill everything.
Yeah, you can't
So
do anything to stop it.
no, especially with the cabal things that means I can't. I just basically say you can't deny it. I'll spend 8 cabal points. Things like that means that even if you have a modicum of defense against psychic cabals, you often don't. But I think armies without psychic defenses are really struggle against Thousand Sons. But there we go. Right, I've done my shooting phase. I'm now going to do my combat phase. I better start with this guy here. So 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. Oh, I roll 2 1s, and I'm not a cause unit, so I can't re-roll my own things. But I am strength 7 with my stave, so through 2s to wound. Toughness 3, I'm assuming. Yeah, so that's 3 -1s.
I don't roll any 1s, I'm okay.
You got 2 up, and oh yeah, you got that. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Hey, look at that.
Unfortunately for you, I've got my disc of Zinch for it.
Oh,
It hits.
no, it's always the disc.
It does wound. 1 -1 save.
Roll a 1 and lose the shadow field for the rest of the
Yeah. So you don't get that anymore, do you?
No, I was now taking a wound.
But you just take.
And lost my save.
You've just taken a wound from the
Okay.
spike. Are you going to interrupt anyway?
Okay.
All your command points, not 0 left. You're going to interrupt with your homunculus. Drop dice and count.
Yes.
Who are you attacking, the sorcerer or the Zangors?
Let's go for the
So Edward Scissorhands
Edward Scissorhands.
hitting the sorcerer.
Yeah, it'll hit.
Oh dear.
Poison weapons, a wound of
4s. Not so good. 2.
That's no good.
I've got 5 up and vulnerable. Make one fair one.
So take 1 damage.
1 damage down to 3. She doesn't buff herself. So 3s to hit with the shaman. I do hit 3 times, 3 attacks. Winning on strength 7. What's your toughness?
4, 5, 5.
Oh, well, if you're 4, I don't even wound you, so strength 7, toughness 4 will be winning on 3. So that's a bit of a bust. And the disc hits, but doesn't wound.
Wow.
It whiffs. But I've still got my Zangor, so there's... Okay, these are the Zangor. They're hitting on 2s because I get +1 to hit because of the... oh, they all hit. The Shaman is infusing them. Strength 4, toughness. Did we work out what toughness of your homunculus was?
This is 4. So
Okay.
4.
Yeah,
I think
4.
he gives himself No, he doesn't give himself a bonus.
No, they don't often, these characters anymore. My shaman doesn't, but that is still a lot of hits. That is 8 -1 saves on him.
Right, 1, 2, 3, 4.
And he's 6 up.
No, 2, so he's taken
Taken
1, 2, 3,
6.
4, 5, 6, which is enough to kill him.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, so at that point, I think number 2, you are going to retreat back to the webway.
I mean, I don't like doing it, but I've got 1, 2 paper aeroplanes with some people in it to defend 6 objectives. I
don't know.
think it's...
You could possibly take that off me with the Talos. Killing the Infernal Master, possibly. But I think, yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, if it wasn't for that cursed disc
Yeah.
destroying my shadow field, I could potentially have held that off.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, we're just discussing off camera. That is going to be, number 2 has retreated to the webway. And has allowed the Thousand Sons to lick their wounds. Yeah, I mean, I think possibly you could potentially take that off me, but I think we're talking about their objective secure, so they're going to come this way and take this off you. Yeah, you do have a Ravager with some Dark Lancers there, but
not in the best.
Not so good at sniping off like infantry. And then I've taken that off you now because I've got objective secure. And that obviously will remain mine. It's unknown what the outcome would be of that. Possibly you'll keep hold of that, but I think yeah. Okay, all right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It was an interesting. I mean, I thought at the end of your turn 3 was brutal, but I managed to sort of come back. Oh, I don't. There's someone calling you. Didn't do the Archons. We're doing that now. But I'm doing my Warlord trait to trigger me 3 up invulnerable save.
Ooh, 2 wounds. 2 wounds.
Are you strength 4?
He's strength 3.
Ugh. Right, okay.
What does he have? He has a Husker Blade, which is -2 and 2 damage.
Okay, so 3 up saves. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Ping. Right. Okay. Well.
Well done, Thousand Sons. You really are horrible.
We are horrible to fight against.
Mortal wounds.
Yeah. Yeah. So battle map from GameMap.eu. Hold on. What's my sign off? That's how the dice fall in Drop Dice Gaming. I think that's it. I think this is from TT Combat. These are all handmade from polystyrene. I'm sure you know how to make them. And yeah, and number 2 from the Nether region from Comora. From the Nether regions of Comora.
I'm going to put some ointment on that.
Yes. Still, I mean, I'll tally up the final victory points. I'm not quite sure where we got to, but I'll put it at the end of the game. But yeah, okay. Well, hope you enjoy that, and I shall post this to DZTV, and that will form into their ultimate decision as to how the campaign goes. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Cheers, then. Bye.